a little bit worn out. It's been a long day. I've been up since like 5 o'clock. So tiring day, but all made worth it with that podium in the end. Difficult race for sure, but I think we optimised it pretty well considering we started 11th. And happy to see the checker flag in the end and get those 16 points. Well, I can't really remember them now. I think I did a couple of good ones on Sasha. We kept it pretty clean between me and him, and I think there was quite a few going on at turns 5 and 6. So a lot of overtaking for everyone, but glad I obviously got the most. Yeah, qualifying, obviously I hit the wall on my first push lap, so that was a bit of a disaster. Bent the car and made life extremely difficult for myself. Obviously missed the duels and then started 11th. So returned the favour back to the boys, obviously fixing it, and got them some champagne. Yeah, I'd say probably my second favourite, to be honest. Obviously I think all the others have actually been second. But it's just Monaco. It's such an iconic podium, and it's not been kind to me over the years, to be honest. I've always really struggled here, and to come away with a podium's great.
Yeah, obviously not really at the sharp end still there. We have to be realistic, but it was a clean weekend up until 2 laps to the end. Tried to keep everything under control as far as we could, and qualifying was as good as it gets, I guess. I mean, probably yes, we could have done half a tenth better, but if you ask 22 drivers, probably 22 will say that they had the same. So overall I would say we maximized what we had. I'm quite happy actually with the job we did. It's just frustrating that we didn't get any reward for it. Being taken out 2 laps from the end in P9 and 2 points in a race for where we came from P17 for us would have been like a win, to be honest. So very sad for the whole team, because also the car is badly damaged and nothing of our fault, and we just have to swallow that, I guess, and keep working. I think it was very clear that I was going to defend my position. I held the inside line, and he, after we actually started braking, he tried to put the nose up the inside by releasing the brake a bit, and if I opened up at that point, I would have been heading straight into the wall, so there was no choice anymore. I had to try and make the apex, and he hit me with his front wheel on my rear wheel, so I think it's pretty clear. He got a penalty for it. We got a big penalty in terms of a damage bill and 2 lost points. Yeah, we were at the stewards together. I mean, it's nothing personal. I respect him a lot. He's normally a very fair and hard racer out there, and I guess with him, it's also some frustration building within himself when you have a season where you seem to have a competitive package, but things don't go your way. Maybe that's what pushes you into moves like this. I don't know, but nothing personal. But in the end, he was the one to blame today. I lost it in the Loews hairpin in one of the traffic jams there, and it's very difficult to keep your nose clean, and I didn't quite manage. And I did miss that front wing a bit, especially when the race was pretty much flat out at the end. I struggled a lot with missing downforce, I guess, and didn't make my life any easier. But luckily, we were quite good on energy in this race. That's what saved me, and I think what could have kept us in that position until the end. But Sam had other plans.
It was okay. Although a bit frustrated. I think we could have done better today. The race was quite challenging. The start was a bit chaotic, trying to save some energy compared to the guys around us. And then the moment it started kind of accelerating, we had to swap both of our cars, which meant it gave the opportunity to some people around us to take their attack mode for free. So we didn't benefit from that, and then kind of got caught up in a messy situation. Let's say had a few touches with some other guys, but still managed to kind of climb back up the field. And then it was kind of more about consolidating what we had at the end. Try to not make any mistakes. It was a flat-out race towards the end, so nobody could really make a move or overtake. So the end was not that entertaining anymore, but still good. Considering we started last, to get away with a couple of points. It was just a procedural error. Let's say. Obviously. There's minimum pressure, tire pressures we have to respect, and we dropped below that. Something just went slightly wrong in our procedures. Obviously, it's not what we intend to do, because we just paid a big price for it by starting from the back of the grid. So we had a tough day. I mean, Formula E is very different to Formula One. The cars are or it's a different way of racing, especially with the energy saving that we have to do. So it means we're having to lift, and it gives opportunities to overtake around here. I think especially our cars are quite narrow this year as well, so it means that it gives us opportunities to overtake. So I guess it was entertaining. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty good. I think to get out of Group A was pretty good. It was a strong group, had both the Jags, both the Nissan, so to get out of that was good. And then I got paired with probably he went on to take pole, but it got taken away from him, but probably the quickest driver in my first duel, which has happened to me earlier on in the year. But then I was the second quickest out of the other duels, quarterfinals, so I was 5th on the grid, which was pretty good. Held position quite well during the race. Everyone's saving loads at the start to the point where it's almost actually becoming dangerous. So that's another topic, but maybe we need to, all the teams need to come together and speak to the FIA of how we can make the races a bit more organic, because at the start, I mean, we're all under our targets, we're so slow. And then it gets to the middle and people start thinking, right, I need to find positions now, and then you get 5 abreast and lots of little contacts, and it's quite dangerous. And that's actually around the time where I lost my front wing, because everyone's trying to jostle for position, and a track like this, the concertina effect is very, very big. But yeah, I lost part of my front wing and it was rubbing, and it's quite easy to either not give up but box because it's dangerous, but I just thought, stuff it, I'll keep pushing. Kept pushing, and then luckily a safety car came out about a lap later, so I was able to hit some curbs, and I actually tapped a driver in front of me to put the wing sort of away from, well, make it hinder me less, let's say, and that seemed to work quite well. And then after that safety car, everyone was pushing flat out, and once you get to a higher target, you can't overtake anyway. So we need to, like I say, somehow redistribute these races a bit better, because it's becoming a bit too extreme, the saving at the beginning. But overall, I mean, I'm happy with 6th. I think without the damaged front wing, I probably could have held on to 5th maybe, but also cars behind me had more energy, so if it wasn't for the safety cars, I may have fallen back a bit. But I think I would have been in the points either way on merit, and that is very good for us. So yeah, he just crashed into the back of me. I've seen it on the TV. I think obviously there's loads of smoke coming out, so he knew that I was going to be a bit slow. I was on the right of the circuit, and maybe, I don't know if someone got the run on him on the left potentially, and he was maybe looking in his mirrors or something. It's very easy to do when we're going that quick, and it just happens all so fast, and he just crashed straight into the back of me. So I mean, nothing I could have done about it. So yeah, I did think it was it, to be honest. I thought, I've seen when Buemi in Berlin, for example, lost his wing and it was rubbing and he dropped back all the way back. But I mean, I thought at that point, what have I got to lose? I may as well try. Even if I crash, whatever. As long as I don't cause anyone else any problems. And I didn't really, apart from obviously crashing into me. But that's, I think, whatever. I'm getting muddled now. But no, I think overall, I did the right thing by persevering and bringing home some good points. I think we're 8th in the teams now as well, which is our target. It's going to be hard to stay there for the rest of the year, but that's the target, and we're there at the moment, so it's good.
It's very hard to accept to get taken out like this. It's very sad, very unsportive, but have to accept it. No, I think there is no point to speak with him about it. He will never change. Yes, I'm really happy about our performance this weekend once again. I think we progressed really well over the season so far. The package is coming together nicely, and today has been a good day for us in terms of performance. And unfortunately the race ended how it ended, but it will not disturb us from moving forward. It's going to be warm for sure, but I like the warm conditions. So really much looking forward to race there once again.